Hey everybody, this is James, and in this video, I'll let you know the main points to know from watching World Beyond Seasons 1 and 2 before watching the new The Walking Dead spinoffs, and especially the Rick and Michonne spinoff coming early 2024, right now titled Summit. Just in case you didn't catch the 2 seasons of World Beyond or need a refresher of just the main points, I recently did a video on just a summary of both seasons. It doesn't go into a lot of details or anything. It just kind of tells you what happened in a nutshell. The link to that video is in the description. This video is just going to lay out some main points to know because it fits into the mythology of the entire The Walking Dead universe. The story of World Beyond takes place 10 years in. Okay, first thing, the communities. Real quick, the 3 circles represents the alliance of the 3. Civic Republic, 200,000 people. Omaha, Nebraska, 100,000 people. It has a satellite outpost community called Campus Colony, 10,000 people. And the third of the alliance of the 3, Portland, Oregon, 87,000 people. Really, the main story of World Beyond is the research facility in upstate New York. This is where we see the scientists, and there's really 2 different things being tried by the scientists at the CRM facility. One group is trying to speed up the decay in the walkers, because whatever it is that's causing the dead to walk, it's also causing extremely slow decay. So if they could speed that up, hey, it would help things. So one way they end up trying this is with the yeast. Then we have the top secret scientists, I guess you could say, working on slowing down and or stopping reanimation time. This is where the A's go for testing. In World Beyond Season 2, it is said that Rick was said to be a bee to save him from the fate of being a lab rat. So an A goes to this facility to be tested as far as trying to slow down reanimation time. So what's a B? This is where we see the path that Rick was taking after being treated and healing. A B is someone working their way into CRM. A character, Silas, in World Beyond, is put to work at a culling facility, a place the CRM set up to lure in and destroy walkers. In The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 24, at the end, we see Rick escaping from the culling facility he was at, and I think it's the same one Silas was at. By the time we see Silas's journey, Rick had already been there and gone. But seeing that at the end of The Walking Dead Season 11, and if you did watch World Beyond, the 2nd season, you immediately clicked and knew, okay, all these things tie together. We've seen where Rick was. We understand what kind of jacket he's wearing and that weapon that he has. That all happened in World Beyond. Jadis is in World Beyond Season 2. She comes in as a high-ranking officer in CRM, a warrant officer. So she's kind of inspecting and doing a security check and really in charge of the entire facility when she gets there. But there's a few huge events that happen. Not only do we see the bigger world, do we see the bigger mythology of the Walking Dead universe and CRM. We learn a ton about CRM through this show. Several big events happen. CRM goes in and wipes out Omaha, kills everybody. That's 100,000 people. And they wipe out Campus Colony, another 10,000 people. So they just killed 110,000 people, and we don't really know why when you first start watching the show. Why did they just kill all these people? And they blamed it on a huge horde. They call it a column, a huge column of walkers. And there's another one, or it's heading toward Portland because they're planning on wiping out Portland also. The heroes of the story manage to thwart that plan and save Portland, and they're heading out to warn Portland at the end of Season 2. So the alliance of the 3 has collapsed within the story of World Beyond. But we do learn why. We learn of a huge character, and he's mentioned by some of the other characters, but we really learn about him, his intentions, and it all comes from a little coffee shop scene between 2 characters holding a newspaper, a Civic Republic newspaper, and you really got to pause the frame and read the paper, what's going on, and it really explains so much. So we can read the headline that says CRM requests emergency delay of civilian oversight. So the Civic Republic military is asking for an emergency delay of civilian oversight that's about to take over. So when they kind of started the Civic Republic, they also started the Civic Republic military, which were probably pieces and people and things of the military, actually. But they said, hey, for 10 years, the military is going to kind of have run of things. They can do what they want kind of thing. But at the 10-year point, we're going to insert an civilian oversight committee, and they will kind of start running things, or at least look into CRM and see what's up. And there's one character, and it says, you can see in this shot here, military looks ahead to civilian oversight. Like, oh, it's coming. Civilian oversight is here. What do we do? Well, Major General Bill, as you can see, it says Major General Bill looking forward to long-awaited governmental transition. So it's hard to read some of the text, but some of it does say right there in the middle, it says, when asked if the 10-year timeline written into the CR's founding compact still seemed feasible to Major General, Bill responded saying, there are many variables to consider, but I have full faith that when the time comes, we will execute the plan accordingly, maybe is what it says. But in that same article, there's like an interview with a farmer, Civic Republic farmer, that says, we owe a great deal to the CRM, but I do think it's time the citizens took control pretty much. So why did Omaha get wiped out in Campus Colony? Why was Portland also going to get wiped out? Because Major General Bill has some big plans, and one of those plans is not to release control over to a civilian oversight committee. So one thing is, hey, everybody, Civic Republic, look, Omaha and Campus Colony just got wiped out by a huge column of walkers. You still need us, and you still need us in control, not you. So 2 years prior, the CRM's modeling revealed that the alliance would soon become a drain on the Civic Republic's resources. Omaha, Campus Colony, and Portland had become too reliant. They'd never be fully self-sustaining. So it was only a matter of time before thousands faced a famine of devastating proportions. At best, those thousands would have died slowly. At worst, disease and conflict would have spread through the Civic Republic itself. And so that's what the show's saying, that Portland and Omaha and Campus Colony were all becoming a burden, and eventually, very soon, it would tax the system of Civic Republic where they couldn't take care of them anymore and take care of themselves as well. There could be some truth in that, because that's what they told the scientists, and the scientists said, hey, well, since you're wiping out 100,000 people, why not test our vaccine on it, trying to stop the reanimation or slow it down? Let's test that on these people before they're wiped out. So the Project V that we see on those papers were the scientists testing their variations they come up in the lab to try to stop reanimation time, slow it down, but ultimately they had no success. They did succeed in wiping out Omaha and Campus Colony, but the test with the scientists did not succeed. The other group of scientists, it does kind of sort of maybe look like the yeast may speed up decay, but the other scientists, they haven't had any luck at all slowing down or stopping reanimation. But really, the newspaper is one of the biggest things that points to us who's going to be the major villain possibly in the Rick and Michonne show, Major General Bill. And also Jadis. Jadis, at first I thought Jadis is just playing the game. She's helping Rick. She's going to overthrow CRM. But from watching World Beyond Season 2, I'm going to have to say Jadis is all in on the CRM thing. They think they're the last light of the world, and Jadis is eating that stuff up. She's a really high-ranking officer, and I think she'll also be against Rick and Michonne. Michonne is outside of Civic Republic CRM. We have the Silas character. We've got Rick inside CRM, so we don't know how far up he's going to go. We don't know how much Civic Republic and the civilian oversight plays into the Rick and Michonne series, but we know Major General Bill will be a big, huge character, should be the villain. Jadis should be in the show as well. We may see Silas and some of the other characters from World Beyond. So a couple of other things to really mention quickly that happened in World Beyond the story. The first one they call The Night the Sky Fell. The Night the Sky Fell was remembered by Campus Colony, and it signifies when a major passenger plane overrun with the undead crashed into the streets of Lincoln, Nebraska during the fall of society, 3 days after the wildfire virus became a global pandemic. And as we know, the citizens of Lincoln were ordered to evacuate to Nebraska State University, and it was made a safe zone that became Campus Colony. And then there's a place they call the Bog, B-O-G. But I'm not convinced it's the same B-O-G that's on the tape that says B-O-G in Fear the Walking Dead. We just don't know how that relates, if it does at all. As far as what is the bog in World Beyond, there was a retread tire company junkyard that had tires everywhere, and it was set on fire, and tires take a long time to burn. They're difficult to put out, and the area actually has been on fire for the past 10 years. There's a lot of walkers that were attracted to this fire. People gave it the name the Blaze of Gory, so that's where B-O-G, the bog, comes in. But there was also B-O-G on the tape that Al gave the pilot, and it was very important. We thought it was her brother. When he died and stuff, it seemed like the National Guard and the Army were fighting each other, and that's what supposedly is on the tape. So there's this B-O-G in World Beyond. I don't think it's the same thing that she's talking about in Fear the Walking Dead and is on that tape. I think it's two different things. But those are the major things that happened through World Beyond seasons 1 and 2. If you can think of any more, definitely put them down in the comments below. And we can talk about all of these also down in the comments below. You know I'll join you there. This is James in Nashville. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more dead stuff.